WWE fans, brace yourselves, because the wrestling world has just been turned on its head. In a move that nobody saw coming, AEW's most unrelenting force, Jon Moxley, has officially broken his silence following Seth Rollins' monumental Money in the Bank victory, and what he had to say wasn't just surprising, it was game-changing. Moxley's comments have shaken the foundation of both WWE and AEW, sending ripples through locker rooms and igniting discussions among fans, insiders, and wrestlers alike. This isn't just another promo or casual commentary. This is personal. This is psychological warfare. And the battle lines may have just been redrawn across both companies. Just when WWE was riding the wave of Seth Rollins' triumphant climb to the top of the ladder and the grabbing of the Money in the Bank briefcase, an unexpected voice broke through the buzz. Jon Moxley, a man known for his wild unpredictability, his violent intensity, and his no-holds-barred attitude, chose this exact moment to step out of the shadows and address his former Shield brother's success. But he didn't offer praise or a nostalgic nod to their shared history. Instead, Moxley's words came laced with venom, hinting at old wounds, unresolved tensions, and perhaps a coming storm that neither company is prepared for. Moxley, once Dean Ambrose in WWE, now one of AEW's most iconic and unchained stars, didn't mince words. Following an AEW Dynamite taping, in a dimly lit backstage segment, he stared into the camera with a cold, calculating look. His delivery was calm at first, almost mocking. "Seth," he said, "congratulations on your little briefcase." But then, his tone turned darker, more serious, more pointed. "Tell me, do you remember what happened last time you held one of those? Didn't go so well, did it? Especially with Roman and Randy circling like sharks. You might want backup this time." And then came the dagger. "Too bad you burned those bridges. Might be a little late for reunions now." This was more than just trash talk. This was a message packed with history, resentment, and challenge. The Shield, once one of the most dominant and beloved factions in WWE history, ended in betrayal and chaos. Moxley clearly hasn't forgotten the wounds from those days, and now he's dragging that history back into the spotlight just as Rollins seems poised to ascend to new heights. It's no longer just about championships or a spotlight, it's about legacy, trust, and redemption. Moxley's statement reopens a chapter that WWE might have thought was long closed. What's even more fascinating, and possibly sinister, is what happened backstage in WWE following Moxley's statements. Cameras caught Paul Heyman, the mastermind behind many of WWE's most cunning strategies, watching Moxley's interview with an unusual, almost calculating expression. Heyman, who has recently aligned himself with Rollins and is still deeply entangled in Roman Reigns' affairs, now finds himself in a situation where an outside threat like Moxley could either be a wild variable or an asset. Is Heyman preparing for a war across company lines? Could he be pulling strings that connect both promotions, blurring the boundaries of kayfabe and reality? Rollins, for his part, now finds himself in an incredibly precarious position. The Money in the Bank briefcase offers him power, opportunity, and leverage, but it also paints a massive target on his back. Inside WWE, he has potential rivals like Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and even Roman Reigns, all of whom could react unpredictably to his sudden advantage. But now, with Moxley, an outsider and former brother, sounding off from AEW, Rollins may be facing pressure and opposition on all fronts. The psychological weight of this moment can't be overstated. Rollins might be holding the keys to his next world title, but he's also carrying the baggage of his past and the eyes of his enemies on every move he makes. And then there's the cryptic nature of Moxley's final remark. That briefcase might be more of a curse than a blessing. Sleep with one eye open, Seth. It was a warning, maybe even a promise, that whatever comes next won't be clean or easy. Moxley is known for chaos, for violence, for emotional intensity. If he decides to act on these comments, we could be looking at one of the most unexpected and volatile interpromotional conflicts in wrestling history. This development has left fans around the world in a frenzy of speculation. Could this be setting the stage for a dream match? Is Moxley laying the groundwork for a shocking AEW, WWE crossover? Or is this all part of an elaborate storyline meant to stir the pot and keep fans guessing? Regardless of the intent, one thing is certain: Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank win is no longer just about titles or timing. It's become the center of a complex web of past betrayals, current alliances, and future confrontations. As the summer heats up, so too does the tension across the wrestling world. The ghosts of the Shield are back, haunting WWE and shaking EW. The past refuses to stay buried, and with a man like Jon Moxley throwing fuel on the fire, anything could happen. Keep watching, keep speculating, and stay ready, because this story is far from over. In fact, it might just be getting started. WWE fans, you're not going to want to miss this. Jon Moxley has finally spoken out, and what he said has sent shockwaves across the entire wrestling landscape. The former WWE star and current AEW powerhouse broke his silence following Seth Rollins' massive win at Money in the Bank, and his words were nothing short of explosive. Just as the WWE Universe was still reeling from Rollins securing the coveted briefcase, Moxley, who once stood beside Seth in the Shield, made a surprise entrance into the conversation that could change everything about the upcoming summer in professional wrestling. Moxley, known for his unpredictable and intense presence in AEW, didn't simply congratulate his former teammate. Instead, he issued a veiled warning that hints at unfinished business and hidden rivalries. While Seth's Money in the Bank victory gives him the ultimate power to challenge for any title at any moment, no one expected that one of his biggest obstacles might emerge from outside the WWE Universe entirely. With Paul Heyman's newly formed faction supporting Rollins and Roman Reigns still lurking as a dominant force, Moxley's sudden involvement has added fuel to an already raging fire. In a tense and exclusive backstage segment after AEW Dynamite, Moxley faced the camera with a chilling calm. He offered a sarcastic congratulations to Rollins for winning the briefcase before his tone shifted sharply. Then came the jab that pierced through nostalgia and history. Remember the last time you held one of those? How did that work out for you with Roman and Randy around? With a menacing smirk, Moxley added, "Looks like you might need your old friends again. Too bad you set fire to those bridges." His words weren't just commentary. They were a declaration of war. This single moment has ignited speculation across both promotions. The lines between AEW and WWE have never felt more blurred. Moxley's remarks don't just reflect professional rivalry. They hint at personal betrayal and a festering resentment rooted in the disintegration of the Shield. The Shield's legacy, once thought to be history, now hangs over the heads of all three former brothers like a ghost that refuses to stay buried. To make matters even more intriguing, Paul Heyman's reaction was caught on camera backstage. He watched Moxley's comments with a level of focused interest.